The confirmed number of cases of the coronavirus in Los Angeles County today comes to 83,397. The confirmed number of deaths reaches 3,120. Here in Torrance, the total number of confirmed cases is 492, with total confirmed deaths at 50. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Christine Lee. It's Father's Day Sunday, June 21st. Thanks so much for joining us. Los Angeles County public health officials reported one of the highest one-day increases, with total cases topping more than 81,000. Officials say the high number, in part, is due to delayed lab reporting, as well as more coronavirus transmission in recent weeks due to more of the economy opening, as well as protests continuing to take place throughout the county. LA County Public Health Director Dr. Barbara Ferrer reminds the public to continue using face coverings when having contact with people outside of your home, as well as continuing to wash hands frequently, avoid touching the face, and practicing physical distancing. Those who've participated in protests have been advised to quarantine for 14 days before getting tested for the virus. She also says the average number of COVID-19 hospitalization has steadily decreased in recent weeks. The county reported that despite a 20% increase in the overall 7-day average number of deaths, they are still on target for all groups except in neighborhoods where 10 to 20% of the population lives below poverty level. And while hospital capacity remains sufficient, the county also reported a slight decrease in available ICU beds and ventilators. The county is also on track with its coronavirus testing capabilities, currently able to test more than 17,000 people each day. The county continues to provide daily updates on COVID-19 data. Go to publichealth.lacounty.gov. A new report released this week by the Centers for Disease Control is showing how the coronavirus has been especially devastating to certain minority communities. Data shows that Blacks and Hispanics, as well as those with underlying health conditions, especially men and the elderly, face the highest risks from COVID-19. Race and ethnicity data were available for about 600,000, or 45% of cases studied. And while those are partial numbers, officials say it still highlights specific key trends within demographics. The other, or multiple races category, includes American Indians and Alaska Natives, who are also disproportionately affected. Deaths were most commonly reported among persons 80 and older, regardless of whether or not there were underlying conditions. And the most commonly reported underlying health conditions among those with COVID-19 were cardiovascular and chronic lung diseases and diabetes. To date, there have been more than 2.25 million confirmed cases of COVID-19 in the U.S. The coronavirus pandemic is impacting not only our health and economy, it's also creating a significant disruption in the Federal Reserve. Reserve Chair Jerome Powell said the shutdowns have caused concerns for coin circulations. With consumers not out shopping and funding the economy and more contactless payment options being offered as a COVID-19 safety measure, there could be a nationwide coin shortage. Reserve banks and Federal Reserve coin distribution locations began temporarily allocating coin inventories sent to banks across the nation this week. Americans impacted by the coronavirus may be eligible to dip into their retirement funds early without paying penalties. The Internal Revenue Service announced it is expanding eligibility to take into account additional factors such as reduction in pay, rescinding job offers, and delayed start dates. The updated criteria, part of the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security, or CARES Act, also allows spouses or household members to take these distributions if someone in the home was affected. The CARES Act is making it easier for those facing economic hardships to withdraw as much as $100,000 from their retirement accounts, including 401k plans and individual retirement accounts this year, without paying an early withdrawal penalty of 10%. Taxes can be avoided on the withdrawal if the money is put back in the account within 3 years. Now, if the money isn't returned, then taxes can be paid over a 3-year span. While experts advise against drawing from those accounts, many say the impacts are making it difficult to pay bills after being laid off or furloughed. Millions who have filed for unemployment benefits during COVID-19 could begin seeing less money in their account beginning in August. The National Economic Council Director, Larry Kudlow, says the extra $600 weekly benefit created to aid those who lost their jobs will come to an end in late July. Kudlow, who is President Trump's top economic advisor, says the Trump administration is instead looking at a reform measure that will provide an incentive to return to work. Kudlow expects more and more businesses to open in the next month, which means more jobs will also become available. Supporters of President Trump held a pro-police rally at a popular intersection in Torrance Saturday afternoon. Close to 150 people gathered along Torrance Boulevard near Madrona Avenue, waving flags and holding posters in support of local law enforcement agencies. A short time later, Black Lives Matter advocates also arrived to the same location, holding signs and held their own peaceful protest. California lawmakers are hoping to get the governor's support on a measure that would require students attending Cal State universities to complete a course on ethnic studies. San Diego Assemblywoman Shirley Weber, who chairs the Legislative Black Caucus, introduced Bill 1460 last February and was recently approved by the State Senate in a 40-5 vote. The bill would require students starting with the incoming class of 2025 to complete at least one 3-unit course in ethnic studies as an undergraduate requirement. Currently, all but one of its 23 campuses offer ethnic studies classes. If the governor signs off on the bill, that would mean that at least a fifth of the nearly 500,000 students enrolled in the state university system for the upcoming year would need to complete the course. Critics of the bill shared concerns that this could hinder students from graduating on time and that legislation should not intervene with academia. University officials estimate the proposal would cost $16.5 million per year, and the CSU system already faces lean budget cuts due to COVID-19. The core classes will focus on 4 historically marginalized groups: Native Americans, African Americans, Latino Americans, and Asian Americans. These ethnic groups also accounted for roughly 61% of CSU's student body in 2018. A separate bill that would require ethnic studies in high schools remains on hold for more discussions in a Senate committee. Well, gas prices are on the rise again. According to the California State Automobile Association, prices at the pump are beginning to increase as more people hit the road and with more of the economy opening up. And prices will continue to go up even more in July when California's gas tax is expected to increase another 3 cents. On July 1st, the state's motor fuel tax will go up 3.2 cents, bringing it to 50.5 cents a gallon. This is the first time the tax will go up as a result of an automatic inflation adjustment mechanism added in 2017. With summer officially here amid the coronavirus pandemic, family vacation plans are beginning to shift with more cars seen on the road. And with more time spent on the road, the American Automobile Association shared a road trip checklist to help plan and prepare for a safe trip. Packing essentials include hand sanitizer, at least 2 face masks per person, disinfectant wipes or spray, paper lunch bags not for food but to place your face mask in case it gets contaminated. It's a great way to keep it away from clean items in your luggage or purse and is preferred over a plastic bag. A thermometer, disposable latex gloves, hand soap, extra doses of medication, and health insurance cards. And you can check out AAA's travel restrictions map online to map out your destinations. Officials say if you plan to travel beyond California, hotel openings may vary state to state and county to county within each state, so to plan ahead and ask about sanitizing measures and protocols in place. Avoid dropping in and make a reservation ahead of time wherever you go. Pay for expenses ahead of time to avoid in-person transactions and see if online check-ins are available as well. You can find information at triptic.aaa.com. The YMCA of Metropolitan Los Angeles will begin reopening gym facilities that were closed due to the coronavirus beginning tomorrow. 26 locations in total will reopen in phases with new health protocols in place to prevent further spread of the virus. YMCA officials say they are taking their time to do it right and has initiated a 3-phase plan that includes new operating protocols and staggered reopening of local branches. These safeguards and timelines provide a safe and effective way to welcome back members and staff. The first stage includes temperature checks prior to entry, exercise equipment spaced 6 feet apart, apart, capacity and seating areas reduced to enforce social distancing, workouts limited to 60 minutes, one person per lane for lap swimming pools, all group exercise rooms, showers, and child activity centers will remain closed. The June 22nd opening date includes the Torrance South Bay Family YMCA, along with 5 other locations. 7 more locations are expected to open on June 29th and 7 more on July 6th and finally on July 13th. Today celebrates International Yoga Day, where physical, mental, and spiritual practices, which originated in India, are encouraged for all. Now, this is a fairly new designation that's acknowledged around the world. The Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in his UN address, suggested the date of June 21 as it is the longest day of the year in the Northern Hemisphere and shares a special significance in many parts of the world. This was started in 2015. Several yoga studios in Torrance have begun to reopen their doors recently. Be sure to call ahead to ask about their safety practices and protocols, as well as modified studio hours due to COVID-19. More people are turning to pet adoptions to cure loneliness during the health crisis. In New York City and Los Angeles, the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, or ASPCA, says applications to foster dogs and cats are up 200%. PetPoint, a software program shared by more than 1,000 shelters nationwide, reported fostering and adoption rates up by more than 700% over the last year. Here locally, the Los Angeles County Department of Animal Care is offering to waive adoption fees in order to get their animals into permanent homes. Here's a view of some of the adorable pets up for adoption right now. Anyone looking to adopt must make an appointment to visit their local center, as they are closed to the public during the health crisis. The closest one to Torrance is the Carson Gardena Animal Care Center on Victoria Street. You can go to animalcare.lacounty.gov. Torrance City Council members will meet on Zoom again Tuesday night. On this week's meeting agenda, Andrew Valverde, a local high school senior, will be recognized for being selected as this year's Gatorade California Boys Soccer Player of the Year. Plus, several members of the police and fire departments headed for retirement will be recognized for their many years of service to the Torrance community. And one of the biggest changes to take place this week will be shifting oral communications up to the beginning of the meeting. The public will be allowed to speak for 3 minutes each on any of the agenda items or topics of interest to the general public. Tuesday's meeting agenda is available to view online now. The community is encouraged to participate by emailing ahead or calling in at the beginning of the meeting. You can do so by emailing councilmeetingpubliccomment@torranceca.gov or call 310-618-2404. The meeting can be seen Tuesday evening beginning at 7 p.m. live on City Cable, as well as over the air on 25.2, online at torranceca.gov, Facebook, as well as on YouTube. As unique graduation events, drive-by diplomas, and social distance goodbyes take place this month, we want to continue celebrating our class of 2020 and your big milestone. Whether it's a preschool promotion or college graduation and every milestone in between, send us your photo and let us know what school you're graduating from. We'll be sure to share it on our show. Email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. With Father's Day here during the COVID-19 health crisis, celebrations may not look like what we're all used to, but regardless, celebrations continue in special ways, including today's highlight of all the great dads, grandfathers, uncles, mentors, and father figures in our lives. Cheers to you. That's our update for COVID-19 today. Thanks to all those who submitted their photos. We hope you continue to enjoy the rest of this Father's Day Sunday. And we hope you'll join us again tomorrow at 4 p.m. as Ben McCain brings you the latest updates. Stay connected and sign up for Torrance alerts. You can also find us on YouTube and Facebook. Be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.